East of Eden by John Steinbeck. Book review. So John Steinbeck was one of the few authors I had to read in high school English that I really enjoyed. And I've always meant to read more books by him, but just somehow never got around to it. I've been distracted by other things. A few years ago, I saw the movie East of Eden, the old 1950s one with James Dean in it. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, it's really good. I mean, I know it's really old, but it's very good. It's, I think, one of only a handful of movies that James Dean actually made before he died. So it's well worth checking out. And then I saw the book in the library and I decided to grab it. I was a little bit worried that the book would be boring because I had already seen the movie, so I knew the ending. But actually, it turns out that the book is much more epic than the movie. The book actually traces two different families, the Trasks and the Hamiltons, over 3 generations. Now the movie only kind of deals with one of the generations in that epic saga. But the book actually goes through all 3 generations, so you get a lot more story in the book. The book actually reminded me a bit of Thomas Mann's Butenbrooks, the way it kind of traced the family through changes over 3 generations. Now, added to that, the Hamilton family, one of the 2 families being traced in this book, is actually John Steinbeck's maternal family in real life. And so Steinbeck writes himself into the book. And I'm assuming these are real autobiographical details that he is mixing in with his fictional story. It's an interesting literary technique, kind of breaking the fourth wall a bit. I mean, I know breaking the fourth wall is a drama term, but, kind of an author kind of writing himself into the book. And some of the most interesting parts of the book are those dealing with Steinbeck's life. For example, he recalls with great regret how he and his sister took part in the harassment of a German immigrant during the First World War. Now again, if you've seen the movie, you might remember that kind of anti-German prejudice during World War I was a major theme in the movie. They amp it up for the movie a little bit. It's not quite as much such a big theme in the book, but those little sections are there. Now, as the title indicates, and you've already known this if you've seen the movie, the story is a modern retelling of the Garden of Eden story. And it's not subtle at all. The characters in the book themselves even comment on it and say, oh boy, this is just like the Genesis story. So there's no doubt in anyone's minds about where the story is going. Even if you've already seen the movie, you really haven't had that much spoiled for you, because somebody who's reading the book for the first time also knows where this is going, because the characters draw explicit connections to the Genesis story. It's a little bit heavy-handed, but I don't know, maybe that's all right. I mean, sometimes I think we're taught that subtlety is some sort of a virtue in literature. You have to kind of make the reader tease out your themes, or you have to make the reader work to kind of ferret out the themes hidden in the book. But, why is that a virtue? Why can't the author just say, look, here's the story I want to tell, here are the themes, I'm putting it all right out in front of you, I'm not going to hide anything away. There's something to be said for that, huh? But that's the story John Steinbeck is telling. Kind of all the symbolism is right out front. Nothing's hidden. Yes, it's a good book. I would recommend it.